皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today I wanted to make a rather short podcast today, explaining, I guess, talking a little bit about one of the YouTube shorts that I made recently that seems to be creating some misunderstandings. I do want to first of all apologize to some of the people who are feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but also at the same time I do want to make a few points clear about my intentions of making the video and also my opinions, I guess. Yeah, what the thoughts that I have right now. So the video that some people are calling controversial is the YouTube shorts that I recently made about from this recording point about a week ago, where I talk about why you shouldn't marry a Japanese man. And the reason I explain in the YouTube shorts is because the men's share of housework basically is the lowest in the world. So the world average is about 30 to 40%. So men helping, well, I don't like to use the word helping because of course it's obviously something that they should do. But men doing the housework or house chores is about 30 to 40% in average. And the second from the bottom is still 24.3%, I think, and Japan is at the lowest with 18.3 or something like that, around there. So anyways, Japan is very down at the bottom there. And I explained that the reason why Japanese men do not hardly take part in housework is because, number one, they work a really long time. So in average, it is believed that due to overtime work and such, Japanese men work about 9.5 hours a day if you work 5 days a week. And also because of the really old, conventional idea that men should be working outside and house chores, housework and stuff, and raising kids is the women's job. Yeah. And this comes from, again, I really not really happy whenever people make fun of this too, but it comes from the Edo period when all the rules for everything were completely fixed, and because Japan takes a really long time to change, there's still this belief that men doesn't need to do any housework at all. Yeah. And that was the end of the story. And to be really, really honest, some people were saying that this is sexist. And some people were saying, well, if you work 9.5 hours a day, how would you expect someone to help with house chores or housework or raising kids and so on and so forth? And to be honest, so I think there are 2 points on my side. Number one is, first of all, the title. I guess the title might have been a little bit misleading, even though I personally feel that it's not that misleading. It might have been for some people. Number two is a bigger problem. I definitely needed to include in the content, which was impossible because it's only a minute long. I couldn't include it, but I should have included that. The problem with this, the biggest problem with this, is not that men are working a really long time. It's that women are working as much. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem here. So in the past, when Japan's economy was stronger, basically men work outside, women stay in the house to do housework. That was a better balance. But now, that's impossible. Men just working outside doesn't bring enough income into the house, so women need to work as well. But even though women are also working, they're still seeing house chores and housework, raising kids are still seen to be as a woman's job. So basically, women needed to adapt to this new environment situation of the economy, by working, helping out with the income. But many men, as I said, the lowest in the world, right? Many men are still not willing to change, even though the women's side or the wife's sides are changing. And some people are saying, Shogo, I couldn't believe you're such a sexist, but this is not my opinion. If you take a look at the YouTube shorts for me, I'm only talking about data. I'm only literally talking about data, the percentage that's been presented about the working time, Yeah. And the fact that the Edo period culturally did have an impact because it was 265 years long, obviously it would have a big impact on a country and a culture, right? It's only been 150 years since the Edo period. Since the Edo period, is that a lie? Well, I guess about 106, how many years now? But anyways, just around there, right? So the amount of time the Edo period lasted and the amount of time has passed since the Edo period ended is still shorter, right? So obviously it would have a big impact on a country. Like for example, the U.S. for example, I used to live in the U.S. How the U.S. started as a country and how it is now is definitely influenced by how the country started, right? But there's still some people that come up to me and almost make fun of what I explained, saying, "Oh, there we go, the Edo period again." I'm like, yeah, so what's wrong with that? But anyways, I wanted to explain in this podcast that so basically, so two things, I guess. Mainly what I wanted to say is, number one, this is probably my fault, but it didn't include the very important information that women are forced to work, but men are not willing to help with house chores. That's the social problem. And number two, this is not my opinion. These are facts. These are actual social problems that are spoken of in Japanese society today. And I just wanted to share that this is going on right now. And this is one of the main reasons why Japan's marriage rate is going down, divorce rate is going up, and there's less kids. And that's a major problem, right? So I just want to address this, and I'm not trying to go around and say that this gender is this or whatever gender. No, these are facts. These are numbers, data that I'm introducing. And I have no intention of saying that this person is superior or inferior to whatever. Some people are saying that, Shogo, you're making men inferior to housework. Are you saying that men are working for a really long time? So does it mean you're saying that they're inferior to housework? But no, I have no intentions of saying that. Our team all four of us watched the YouTube shorts together, and we discussed what kind of misunderstanding is born here, what kind of expressions was not a good idea. But to be really honest, we weren't able to find a certain expression that we said incorrectly, or should I say, might have been a reason to bring out these misunderstandings. So I really do want you to help me out. If you have the time, it'd be great. You can take a look at the YouTube shorts for me, and please let me know your opinions about this part. Might have been the problem. This part might have been not so good, so on and so forth. It'd be great if you could share your opinions with me. I really, again, you guys probably know, especially for those of you who've been listening to my podcast, have been supporting so much. You guys probably know that I'm definitely not the kind of person who would go up and label someone by their gender, by their skin color, by their nationality, religion, and so on and so forth. That's the last thing I want to do. Yeah. So I guess, though, from what I have already realized is probably the point that I missed out is that women are working as much as men right now, or a little bit less, but they still have to do everything in the housework and such. So if I included that, I think a lot of the problems would have been solved. Yeah. But I just wanted to make it clear here that you might be seeing, some people have been going around to all of my videos to say about this. Shogo is he's not the kind of person that you think he is, kind of thing. And there's some people that have been going around to every video to put down the same comment here. And some people say, of course, and I have originally thought that I should be what should I say, feeding the trolls, you say, is that the right English expression? But at the same time, I personally feel that it's really important that I need to explain. Yeah. Because otherwise, if I just let people just say random things about me, well, I shouldn't say random. I guess it's probably the reason is because of my video. But should I say, some things could be exaggerated, I guess. So in that case, I do need to say my own opinions. And after I say my opinions, if I receive comments from you, I might notice something that I haven't been able to, my team hasn't been able to. So in that case, we will apologize, of course, from there. But I think it's really important, even especially because half of me is Japanese, right? I tend to go and apologize even though I'm not too sure what I did wrong. Yeah, but as a person who's on the internet and sending out information, I really feel recently, especially, that this is not a good thing to do, because if you haven't done anything bad, or if you haven't understood what you've done, if what you've done is bad, you shouldn't apologize. You should ask questions. What was so wrong about what I said? Because I personally do not understand. And that's my honest feelings. And again, I want to be honest. I want to be honest to myself, and I don't want to say, oh, I'm really sorry, or just go and delete my video just because of a few opinions, right? If I do that, the good and bad marks, by the way, the ratio is 98%, right? So people who think the video is good might press the good button, and but on the other hand, the people who press the bad button 100% believes that it's bad, right? Do you understand what I mean? I'm sorry, it might be a little bit hard to explain from my explanation there. So even the people who think that the video is great, they might not press the good button, right? Yeah. But the people who think that it's bad will absolutely press the bad button. But still, the ratio is 98.5%, by the way, are people saying that the video is good. It was informative. Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah. So I need to kind of overcome this. This was a really good occasion for me to overcome my weaknesses, because it's so much easier to say, oh, I'm sorry for offending you, and I'm just going to be deleting my video. But no, if I'm going to be continuing my what should I say, my adventure, basically my journey on trying to make Japan a better place, I will continue to send out information. There will be times, I've had many other videos that received opinions like this. Sometimes I had to turn back my videos. I had to unlist it or delete it fully. And but right now I'm starting to think that if I want to make change in this world, sometimes there will be controversial topics that we'll have to pick up or talk about, and I can't run away from that. If it's a trade-off, right? It's impossible for you to change society or a country without talking about something that's controversial, right? So again, I'm going all over the place now, so I'm going to be ending here. But again, please let me know in the comments, Shogo, you probably missed out this part. This part is the part that some people might be a little bit upset about, or I actually was a little bit upset myself, or so on and so forth. It'd be great if you could let me know in the comments. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to a long story. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. Because I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to travel, study, or work, or even train in traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future, because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do that, the nearest goal I have right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel. So our likes and comments will help to boost my videos to new viewers who have never seen my channel before. So it'd be great if you can help me out. Thank you so much, guys. And one last thing I forgot to include in the main part of today's podcast. Some people were saying, Shogo, I can't believe you deleted my comment or deleted my chat during live streams, for example, even though it was just a question I had, and so on and so forth. Some people consider their comments to be hidden or banned, for example, to be all my fault, but no, I hardly ban any people, by the way. Of course, I block certain words, so if you use a certain strong word like the F word or the A word or stuff like that, you will automatically be banned, first of all. And there's a few other reasons why YouTube has been getting more and more strict recently. So YouTube will automatically delete your comment if it sounds offensive. And also, people can report other people's comments. And after they report it and YouTube considers, okay, yeah, this is a little bit offensive or harassment, for example, they will erase your comment too or ban your account. Yeah. And of course, I have moderators on my chat, yeah, helping me out. Yeah. So it's not always me, by the way. It's 80% of the chance is just someone seeing your comment and feeling a little bit uncomfortable or dissatisfied and reporting it to YouTube, or YouTube automatically deleting or banning your account. So that is just one thing that I did want to let you guys know, at least for my fellow podcast listeners. What should I say? Who I consider are especially my close friends. So if you you don't have to go up and tell them, by the way, if you see these kind of people, but I did want to share with you because I feel because there's always people coming up to telling me, why did you hide my account? No, I did not do anything. I did not do anything. Don't make it all my fault. It's definitely recently YouTube is getting stricter and stricter about comments and the content and such. So I just wanted to share with you that it's not always the content creator that's erasing the accounts. So anyways, thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.